Once again, I welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well-wishers. I didn't know that I was not even coming up on a repeating, but now it is okay. So thank you for informing me, please. I was talking since and my voice was not coming out. Instead, it was repeating, but it has been regulated. So as I was saying, one thing that baffles me is this. That black people, black Africans, they always try to suppress, gang up to suppress any person or set of people that are fighting for freedom, for liberation. That beats my understanding. I don't really understand why. I'm telling you honestly, I don't understand why. Contrary to Europe, sorry, I was regulating something. Contrary to Europe, you know, whenever there is or there was a revolution in one European country, other countries will emulate. Instead of suppressing it, these other country citizens will rise up and do the same thing. But in Africa, if there is a revolution in one African country, other African countries will gang up to go and suppress that revolution, that good revolution, and it will die a natural death. Everybody will continue being in darkness. It is really absurd. Before I continue, please, let me not forget, before I continue, let us pray. Let us pray.
The whole world must listen. As long as we preach this very gospel, Chukwukika Abiyama must be with us. Therefore, without any further hesitation, we must proceed to offer every prayer to Chukwukika Abiyama who resided in heaven. Therefore, as we always commence, not from today, but from of old, our Father who art in heaven, that your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation, because there is none like thee. You fight our battles for us. Every blessed day you demonstrate through your kindness and your everlasting mercy that you are our Lord, our God, and our Creator. This evening we offer these your children unto thee. All over this very planet that you created, they are listening across the entire 24 time zones on this very planet where they inhabit. They are listening to your gospel this very evening, this gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, a gospel of restoration, a gospel of renewal, this very gospel of freedom, this very gospel of emancipation, as only you ordained, that this very gospel must be preached, that mankind may be set free from the eternal damnation of the creation of the British. My goodness me, I want to remain in the spirit, because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts, Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have spilled, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, O Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoko. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, We will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said.
Once again, I welcome each and every one of you to today's edition of Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE, coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name is Mazi Chinedu from Olu province of Biafra land. We are here live and direct. Today is the 9th day we are here live and direct. Today being the 9th day of August 2022. Therefore, draw nearer to your listening devices in order to listen to the gospel of emancipation, the gospel of freedom. That is what we preach here. Enlightenment. So that mankind will be enlightened. So that all those hidden things that is making you to be ignorant because of lack of knowledge, we expose everything here so that you make your choice. Choose knowledge, please. As I was saying, I found it difficult to understand why Africans always organize themselves or galvanize into suppressing light. Revolution. Any place, any part of African country that somebody rises up in order for the good, for the betterment of his people, instead of others to imitate it and do the same, just like the Europeans did. Revolutions that started in countries like France in 18th century. It was imitated, replicated in other European countries because they know that it is a good thing. The abolition of the feudal system in Europe, in France, it just started like a joke, and the people gathered, and many more people started gathering in order to exercise their right that they are human beings. All human beings are equal, born equal. Do you understand? And they stormed the Bastille, the place of their king, their king's palace. You understand? The Bastille, and every other thing is in history. They dragged him, or had dragged them out and massacred them. They demanded for many things, radical changes, because they were saying enough of all this rubbish. And they also demanded that Catholic Church be under the control of the government, of the state. Do you understand? Because they saw that their power is too much. They are also being used, the Catholic Church, in suppressing them. So all these things we are fought for by the people. People that are like you, the same one head. They didn't go out to collect 1 cup of rice and say, start shouting, say it's okay, we support you, supporting your oppressors. No. they took the bull by the horn. And other Europeans, they saw what France was doing. Others started imitating the same thing in their own various nations and countries, because they know that it is the right thing. But when it comes to Africa, Africans are used in order to quell any good revolution, like that of Thomas Sankara of Burkina Faso. Had it been when other African countries saw the miracle of Thomas Sankara, and other African countries could have replicated it, the same in their country, taken over power by youths, and start doing the same thing which Thomas Sankara was doing, I'm telling you, by now Africa would have been developed. But lo and behold, when one country is fighting for freedom, you see other African countries even being used to suppress it, even their own brothers, even to suppress it. That is why what I was saying, I was watching a documentary on Idi Amin of Uganda, Idi Amin Dada of Uganda. Before he became the president of or head of state of Uganda, he was sent with all the Ugandan soldiers, black people, to fight and stop the Kenyans. They call the Mau Mau rebels. Quell them, stop them from fighting for their own freedom. Can you understand that? Can you just understand that? Black Africans being used in order to conquer black Africans. It is very common. That is why African black people have no single respect, because they are being seen by Caucasians as betrayers, as hopeless betrayers, people that could not be trusted. They betray themselves, and that is the truth. Ugandan soldiers were used by Britain. Thousands of them were used to go and fight their brothers in Kenya that was fighting for liberation from white people, from Europeans. Is it not stupidity? That is why the same way West African Frontier Force of mostly Ghanaians, they were used to conquer other African countries, like other West African countries, like even Lagos, Nigeria. That is a bitter truth. Do you understand? So this is a problem. I don't know whether it is in the DNA of black people. I don't know, but I don't believe so. It is lack of understanding. It is lack of knowledge. It is ignorance. You understand what I'm saying? Lack of enlightenment. That is a problem, the main problem. Because when you understand that what this person is fighting for is good, now if he succeeds, it can touch you also positively. Now you can also replicate the same thing in your own land, and everybody will become free. Do you understand? But people, Africans, they love something that they will see now. They will gain now. It doesn't matter selling their brother when they are hungry and getting food. They will do it. That is what the Europeans have seen, the faults Europeans see in Africa, and they are using it to their own advantage, to their own benefit. When Europeans, started their revolution, it started one place, but other countries started imitating, replicating the same thing in their land. They didn't come to say, oh no, stop. They even being used in order to come and quell the revolution in France. Instead, others know that, look, what French people are doing is the right thing. If we do the same thing here, it will be good for all of us. Instead of allowing somebody to be a lone voice in the wilderness. Do you understand? When you are a lone voice in the wilderness, others will choke you. That is what is happening in Africa. And that is why Thomas Sankara was killed. Massacred by his own very good, very tight comrade, friend and brother, Blaise Compaoré, who is now asking for forgiveness to the people of Burkina Faso. You know, medicine after death. The evil has been done already. When France promised him heaven and earth, you know, we will be at your back, we will support you, we become. Don't you like to be a president? Why is it that he's only this little boy every time him talking? Don't you like to be a president like him? Strike him down and we'll be like you, we will be with you. And he did. And for I think 20-something years he was a president. What did he achieve? He destroyed, absolutely destroyed the legacy of Thomas Sankara. The legacy he led. He destroyed everything and returned back Burkina Faso into Stone Age, which they are today. Do you see how they do? Do you see how Europeans work now? They use your own brother, the willing tool among you, in order to do. And in Africa, they have them too much. Willing tools abound. You know, they have willing tools because the greed is everywhere. People that want to take down their own brother, they are there waiting for just any slightest opportunity. They do it. So Europeans, they saw this. They know that, look, black Africans, they have many willing tools, and that is why they were able to kill somebody like Thomas Sankara. When we come to our leader today, don't you see, people sold our leader. That is the truth. People that first of all started shouting and pointing accusing finger to other people, to the leadership of this struggle. Don't you see how funny the world is? You see the tactics the thieves used to use before. I could remember when they are shouting, thief, thief, ole, ole, ole. They are pursuing a thief in a street. Now that thief will be pointing forward and shouting, thief, 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 thief. People will be surprised. People will become confused. You know, no person will catch him. He will escape. So that is what these people, these evil people that came into our midst, that is the idea they use. They committed a horrible crime, and they are the people to turn around. First of all, they started, you know, accusing everybody, the leadership, oh, DOS, oh, this and that. It's them, it's them. And people fell for it. It is really horrible. I'm telling you, it is really horrible. There is a video making round now on WhatsApp. Please stop glorifying evil. Let me tell you, people are saying all sorts of things, thinking that it is this man being killed, the mayor of Mozambique. It is lie, please. You see the pits they put. These are the impostors, people that are using ESN to commit horrible crime. Let me tell you what really transpired. That man you are seeing there that was asking for his life, people were saying, oh, it's Ogu. It's lie. Please. It's lie. These people are government agents, fake ESN infiltrators. You know, they used to recruit people, telling people that they are ESN. Now this guy entered thinking that he's, you know, one thing is this: when people don't listen, because there is no more recruitment of ESN of any sort. Please, when people don't listen, don't get the right information, because they don't listen, they fall victims of what they don't want. That is the problem our people are having. When you don't listen to Radio Biafra, you feel that you have outgrown listening to Radio Biafra. It doesn't mean anything. That you have known it all. You will fall into a problem that will consume your life. That is what happened. This man that was begging for his life, he entered the wrong chance. Those boys thinking that they are ESN, which they are not. But when he saw their activities, he thought inside him that, look, this should not be the work of ESN. Kidnapping people, killing people, no. He said no, and he ran away. And these people have been looking for him because you know, they don't want their secrets to be divulged. They were looking for this man, and after they caught him and dragged him into that bush. Do you understand? The man was begging even for one phone call to his wife before they can kill him, because you know that these people are demons. ESN doesn't kill unless you are a saboteur. Yes. Do you understand me? So that is how they shot and killed this man. One, this man also, he made a mistake by not listening. Because had it been he's a listener, he's a student of Radio Biafra, he would have known, he should have known that, look, no recruitment of ESN any longer. Our leader puts blockade on it for how many years now? I think since last year. No more recruitment of ESN. But people are still being deceived. Why? Because they don't listen. They don't listen. So they do anything that is good for them. They think that they know it all. They don't listen. And they will fall into terrible situations that can consume their lives, as they have consumed this guy. These are criminals. Do you understand? So it is not the person that people are falsely portraying. Please, before let us stop this sentiment. Biafrans, Igbo people in particular, we have been trying to deal with telling our people to reason with the head, not with your emotion. Emotions kill. Emotions can lead you into a situation to go back, it will be a problem. Do you understand? So that video, kindly remove it from that video is a crime. It's a crime. All these people, look at where they are putting, they are throwing people. Look at the page. I hope you've seen it. These are what we are fighting. IPOB is fighting. And you see all these criminal infiltrators, this is what they promote. Let me tell you, our leader made us understand right from beginning. If IPOB enter into criminality, say bye-bye to Biafra. He didn't miss words. He said it several times. If IPOB enters into criminality, say bye-bye. No more. Just, Gazier, you can be a chief of the gang, of any gang. And now Mazi kidnapping. That is why the leadership of this struggle is protecting IPOB to remain whiter than white. Remain focused. Yes, and their job is to protect our forests from invaders. We know them. Do you understand? IPOB ESN don't write letters and send threatening letters to our own people. People that travel and come, you send them letters and, okay, if you don't pay me so amount, if you don't bring money, bring a pump action, bring this and that, bring a AK-47, 5 AK-47. Otherwise, we burn your house. These are criminals being instituted by all these infiltrators. People should understand this. Our own type of freedom fighting is unique. If our leader said he studied our people, our mindset, our behavior, and now set a pattern. If we deviate from that pattern, say bye-bye to restoration of Biafra. It doesn't matter who is telling you sweet words. Oh, this is freedom fighting. This is how it is done in Mozambique. This is how it was done in Cuba. No, it is life from the pit of hell. Once people deviate into criminality, they will, they will lose focus. What they will be thinking now is how to make money. I saw some screenshot of people, somebody asking, I want to enter ESN. Please, I don't have money. That is why I want to raise money in order to start my business. So, I cannot. So, this is what people want us to be. This is how people want this struggle to be confused, to be like this. I cannot believe my ears and my eyes, honestly. These are these infiltrators that they say they know it all. They initiate their, let me tell you, you know why we call them infiltrators? Because they are working for our enemies. What these people are doing is to bring criminality so that to confuse people. Confuse the whole Biafrans, and that I am as in the oh, these people are killing us. So it's ESN now that is kidnapping and killing us. Now wow, they will come and do one thing. You think that it is reality. Now they will be committing atrocities. You don't know the harm these idiots are causing. You don't know the harm to our collective interest these idiots are causing. You don't know. You don't know. That is why when I see people commenting and supporting these infiltrators, now freedom, I look at them, I say, look, ignorance is too bad. What you don't know is more than you. These people are even scaring people that should be supporting IPOB security. They are scaring them away. People don't understand what these people are causing. And they are being encouraged by all these infiltrators that came into our midst. They are being encouraged. Hey, do it. Now here are freedom fighting. Now they make people now start looking for money, kidnapping, asking for money, kidnapping, killing innocent people. That is why our leader said the last time, he said it, that Biafra land should be calm. That nobody should be killed, because he didn't come, IPOB didn't come to kill Biafrans. That the reason why he is there in the enemy dungeon is to save our people, not to kill them. So why do you think our people will be misled like this? And now all they care for is looking for money, looking for kidnap. Now drop you go drop for us, so you go drop for us 5 million. Okay, who tell you that? That is not ESN. These are criminals, for goodness sake. Stop allowing, the foreign, all these infiltrators in order to use you, because their mission is clear: to compromise IPOB, compromise ESN, so that everything, it will be on ESN head. They will kill and they will say he is ESN. When they catch them, for example, if the zoo police even catch them alive, or the military, now they will start talking that they are ESN, they are IPOB. Why? Because some of these people were IPOBs really, but they receive calls, and when the Igbo man hear ego, money, now they are using you people. They are not paying you. Don't worry, come, you go to make money. You understand? You go to make money, we go to pay you heavily. We used to see it every day. Inboxes, voices, screenshots every day. Oh, we used to make money, don't worry. Before you know, the person, former IPOB, he will be deceived because he hear money. Oh, instead of you people suffering, you are suffering. Oh, they are commanding you. They are with their families living fine. They are withholding your money. Come, we will pay you. And before you know, you are entering into a situation you don't even understand. You cannot come out again. Now, they will push them into kidnapping. Now, kidnap, cause confusion everywhere. Any person kill our own people. And one day, when the person will be caught, he will start telling the zoo military that he's an IPOB. Because after all, he was IPOB before. Fallen IPOB. Do you see the situation we are fighting? Do you see the situation IPOB is fighting? Very delicate situation. That is why when we tell you people, listen to Radio Biafra, it is very, very important. Ntebonka. Ntebokwananka. That is the reality. That is the truth. If you want to enter into kidnapping, IPOB remains whiter than white and whiter than snow. Do you understand? Stop allowing people to deceive you. Say they are recruiting. You want to recruit in ESN? Come, call this number. You are going on a journey of no return. That is the journey you are going. Before you understand, it is too late. That is what happened to the guy they killed in a cold-blooded way. He entered one chance. He entered a wrong organization, thinking that it's ESN. Why? Because he don't listen to Radio Biafra. He want to do it in his own now. After all, now we there for ground. You know, there is a one thing, sometimes very stupid character. Many of our people have. Now we there for ground. Now we know anything. And you look for person way there for ground. You know now what he's seeing is just his village perimeter. Something will happen even less than 500 meters from him. He will not hear it. You will call him and start telling him, now look at what is happening at your you that is outside. Or saying no, now we there for ground. But after he will understand that now, how do you hear this? He say, okay, no be you there for ground. You understand? How can you get information where you don't have electricity? Number one. This world is a digital age. I mean, you're on a digital age. We are on 21st century. Information travels faster than light. Now, you that is running, you're on the ground, but you don't even have a internet connectivity. In about when somebody will send you voice or video in a WhatsApp for you to listen, your battery and you in our charge a bigger charge the battery, no electricity. Whereas that thing that is going on everywhere, people are 247 watching it live. Somebody that is showing it, people are watching it live as it is happening, real life. And you continue saying, now we there for ground. We must remove ignorance. Can I have ignorance? Ignorance happen. Here now warrior in Nigeria, all the too much. I'm telling you, what is holding us our ground is too much. Pride, ignorance, selfishness, greed, until we remove all these things from our body. I know it more than who is now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now I know I have what South African liberation. You cause confusion everywhere. How can you do that? How can you compare the situation of that time and that place and the people with the mentality of our own people? Our own people is a want something enter money. Ego. Forget the focus. Our leader did a very wonderful job by working in IPOB or ESN is voluntary. Voluntary. So that you know right from beginning that you are not there for money. If you cannot do it, simply go. IPOBESN is the most disciplined security outfit, the most disciplined people. You understand? If they say stop, no person moves an inch. Everybody stop and wait. You don't question. Why are we waiting now? Because asking question becomes insubordination. You can never win a war with insubordinated soldiers. It is impossible. Highly disciplined soldiers, once they tell you, I could remember one of my uncles as a Biafran Navy, Biafran soldier. He said sometimes they stay inside the river, inside the swamp, inside the ocean for days, if not weeks. For blowing shore battery. Because it might be that you don't move, you don't get out. Do you understand? That is discipline. Because maybe the time you want to come, that 2 minutes you want to come out, now let me come and put outside. That is the time the enemy will enter. And you have failed. You not only fail yourself, you fail a whole nation. You see it. So you remain in your position, no asking of questions. Now, these people we are waiting, they are not coming. We need action now. Action, action. It's very, very sad. Very, very sad. There is one, I think it was a Frederick Forsyth story account of the Biafran Revolutionary War. There is one man, I think Erasmus, whether Colonel Captain Erasmus or Colonel Erasmus, is a foreign mercenary. He said one of the difficulties he encountered training and fighting with Biafrans is sometimes they cannot control their emotion. He says it's a problem. One of the difficulties, a commander, he says sometimes they cannot contain their emotion. Where they're supposed to keep quiet, they want to sing. So we are keep quiet. No movement, stop, wait. Even if it takes 2 days, stay there. There's a reason for that. Some people want action. Catch action now. How can you win a war with a people like this? Absolute discipline is involved in what we are doing. Do you understand? That is why our leader made this struggle, or serving as a principal servant in this struggle. He made it not attractive to be voluntary. Do you understand? Voluntary. So that because if you hear that now Radio Biafra broadcasters are being paid now, you see people that will come now, hey, Biafra, can I broadcast? But our leader made it not to be attractive, so that if you are there, you are there. As I'm broadcasting, I bought the whole equipment I'm using. Bar none. I say bar none. The whole computers, set up the studio by my own money. I am proud to say it tomorrow. Changing of wires every time is me. I say I am highly proud to say to do it and to do it more. No person, I am putting my money, paying connection, paying the Wi-Fi, everything. So how many people will like you come? Oh yeah, come now, come and broadcast now. Abatazi inside the no, instead of getting money, no. That is the beauty of this. So that any person that comes, you know that he is genuine, or the genuine, putting his own resources, he is genuine. You understand? That is why when we talk, I raise my head high. No person can come and tell me this and that. I don't even want to hear that. So our struggle is voluntary. It's not by force. It's not to make money. Any person that is trying to lure you, come to ESN, you will be getting money, we will be paying you. Know that he have shifted from Biafra restoration to making money. Common sense should tell you that, look, the recompense is money, which means it's no more Biafra, it's money. There is something behind that. Do you understand? I could remember the other day, last 2 weeks or so, when Mazi Austin, he revealed his own, how he was being contacted by all these infiltrators, because they know that our people, many of our people, are greedy. Or for sometimes people will say, no, it's hunger. I say, no, stop mixing things up. Sometimes I say, no, there is hunger, so there is hunger. See, no, it's not. There is hunger, yes, but it is not because of hunger. It is because of the type of people they are. I'm telling you, there are people, even despite hunger, let me tell you, despite hunger, they don't have food to eat for that day. They will never steal. They will see something to see. They say, no. I'm not a thief. They will not do it. There are people that are hungry. You meet them and tell them, look, come, I will give you this to do this. So they see that thing is bad. They say, no, I cannot do it. Chick Austin is a living witness. He said how he was contacted. Do you understand? How he was contacted. Do you know that many of all these people that are being contacted and given initial money, many of them entered into, they bought big cars, new cars, big cars, start building houses. And you are telling me it's hunger? Is that what you are telling me? Let us stop mixing issues and giving excuses for failure. It is greed. You can be hungry and refuse food because of integrity. Anyway, there is something we call integrity. Our people, many of our people don't understand what is integrity. Instead of me to belittle myself to do this, instead I die. That is integrity. Just like our leader. Instead of me to corrupt myself to accept what the zoo offered for me, instead let me die. That is integrity. Are you going to say it's hunger? Come on. Are you going to say it is hunger? No, this and that. For me, I don't even want to listen to. That is garbage. That is garbage. In my family, we are trained that even as a child, as a kid, you could be hungry, you never eat, but you go outside, they offer you food, you refuse. What happened now? Even my mother will be there telling you, come on, go and take now. Come and eat. Go and follow them eat. You say no. Yes, no. Because you know. So you cannot tell me it's hunger. It's hunger. Oh, here you cover the rating. Greed. Primitive accumulation syndrome. Anything. What matters is money. There are people that they are doing even a bit good in the zoo, but they want more. They want more. I furnish a place. I will furnish studio for you in Mazi here. And that, how do you think that is low life? I call it. That is low life. Either we do this or we don't do it. That is the reality. So let us continue. Before I continue into the topic of my submission, which is the danger of foreign influence or foreign interference on local governance. That is the topic of my submission, or that will be the topic of my submission today. But I will go just into few headlines, please. Our people should know something. We should know the secrets of what we are doing or what is happening. Do you understand? We should know we should know the secrets or the consequences of what is being caused by these infiltrators. If you know all this, if you know the secret, the consequences of all this, what is being caused by all these infiltrators, to God who made me, because they are trying to destroy what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu suffered to build through your emotion, your sentiment. Oh, IPOB na kana action na sin na everywhere. No, it is not like that. What they are causing, upward like this personally now working here, these people are cause the consequence. Many of them are gonna go on the air. You will be surprised, flabbergasted. I'm telling you honestly. But we must continue. Before I go into just few news headlines, I will read our press release, IPOB press release of today, the 9th of August 2022. IPOB press release. We have not replaced Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as our leader. That is IPOB. You understand? Now, let me continue. We, the global movement and family of the indigenous people of Biafra, under the command and leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, condemn the useless and fabricated media propaganda and blackmail for some media houses that IPOB has another or acting leader replacing our indefatigable liberator and prophet Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Those peddling this kind of lies are those criminals who Gota media are publishing this to confuse the weak-minded people. We want everybody to bear in mind that Mazi Chinedu is the head of the Indigenous People of Biafra Directorate of State, DOS, and not IPOB acting leader. There was never a time that Emma Powerful, the publicity secretary of IPOB, issued any statement purporting that our leader has been replaced by Mazi Chinedu as IPOB acting leader. The said statement was the handiwork of mischievous elements bent on causing confusion in IPOB. It's unfortunate that some mischievous elements twisted an unambiguous statement by IPOB where we clarify that in the meantime that our leader is in the detention, the head of the DOS, Mazi Chinedu, will be providing direction on the day-to-day activities of IPOB. We never said that Mazi Edoziem has become the acting leader of IPOB. For the avoidance of doubt, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. The entire IPOB family all over the world is loyal to him. IPOB has no acting leader. Chinedu is only the head of DOS of IPOB, not the leader. We therefore urge our family members, supporters, friends, and members of the public to ignore the misleading and mischievous media reports. Comrade Emma Powerful, Media and Publicity Secretary for the Indigenous People of Biafra. There is a word here now that I'm telling you. How sometimes, that is why I say listening to this hallowed platform is the key. Because sometimes there are things you use your brain. As a student of Radio Biafra, just know. You don't need to even ask questions. You know that it has a mischievous background, this report. That is what our leader have trained us into to be calculative. Do you understand? Not everything, because there are sometimes people will start inboxing asking me some question that makes me mad. The person. I'm telling you honestly. Sometimes people that I think that you know, and I do useless question. Our leader said, you that is clamoring for now, Can you handle media propaganda? That question, people don't understand it, but I do. I do understand that question because I understand the meaning of media propaganda. I understand it. I know that it is more devastative than even missiles. You know, when bomb will fall in a place, it kills maybe a few people, 10, 20, 30. But propaganda will destroy it will surrender, make people, a whole thousands, if not millions of people surrender at a time. Do you understand? That is what the infiltrators are using, the equipment they are using. They will corner one person they know, maybe a command, and call him. Now how now? Oh no, they make off na chukwu okike abịa ma dekworo nonyere ọnụ na-agba mbọ. I did not care for, you know, na-akpọ from Germany or monye dị ụta. You know, I care for you people. Na ndị DOS ọ na-emetekwe n'ọnụ mmadụ anyị, na ha na-erizi ego niile ha siz. Ha na-enye ụnụ ego, ha na-enye ụnụ nri. So but ahụ na ịma ebe m matara gị udo adịgo. Emenyegodo m ihe ka m wayara gị awụrụgodo €200 ka i were egwa kpọta people. Ota ka esi discourage, just that is propaganda. Propaganda is more deadly than missile. Don't you understand? Don't you understand that? That is why our leader did everything in order to establish this Radio Biafra, because he know it's #1 missile. Is a weapon of mass saving, which enemies can use it as a weapon of mass destruction. That is how our mentalities are destroyed, through media propaganda. Nigerians are zombie today. Why? Because they will wake up in the morning, where they tune in, Good Morning Channels Television, and they will be telling them rubbish, a story that should be critically analyzed and wake people up with, you know, the way you even say something, people watching you, the way you say it makes people react. Very serious issue. You see all these useless primates I hate that station. You see all these Nigerian stations, televisions, I hate them with everything in me. Something very serious. You see them, the way they are discussing it, they are laughing. Anyway, and we gone. How, you know, making light of very serious issues. Making very light. Watch any, for example, any foreign media reporting on something like corruption or corrupt practices of politicians in their country. Just watch them. Watch them with their alacrity, the way their journalists talk with venom, so that to put that venom in the people that are watching them to start reacting. And they react. That is why the Prime Minister of Austria recently resigned, because of just small thing. If it's in Nigeria, the way Channel Television will be reporting and laughing over it. These politicians now, wow, let them have a Christian mind now, let them have Muslim mind, let them have the mind of God. How is it that somebody will just go and carry, he use look at he use 10 billion naira to do wedding of his daughter? They laugh, kwa. Nah, what do they call all those useless names? I don't even want to know. In their studio, what do you say about it? Nah, wow. $10 billion naira wedding. Do you know it? Now, wow, Abi, they invited Joe Biden. $10 billion wedding. It will be very big, Anyway, let these people, messy Nigerians, at least Even if they say 1 billion, it will be palatable. But 10 billion is too much. Anyway, this is a country we are. All these politicians, you may want to take them easy. 10 billion too much now. Actually, they laugh, talk another thing. And you look at the people that are watching them, the same way they will be laughing. Say, no, hey, 10 billion now. If I even get a fraction of it. Now, well, anyway, I wait them when they are doing a campaign. At least I will go try to grab my own. That is, they are watching it the same from the way the media is covering it. That is why Nigerians are zombies today. If the Nigerian media, both television and audio, radio, they sit up today, one day, 24 hours, there will be revolution in Nigeria. If they start saying things the way it should be, with alacrity, reporting things the way it should be to the public, before God and man, people will be hyped into taking action. That I'm saying 24 hours. So what is killing Nigerians are media. The propaganda, media propaganda, the way they report things. That is the thing. So when our leader said, can you handle, you want to carry gun, right? He said yes. Can you handle media propaganda? If you are in a field of fighting and they corner you and report and call you and say, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has compromised, so what are you fighting? He's eating money with the impostor now. He's in Aso Rock now. So you better drop your gun and go home. Is it not what is happening to some of our people? Is it not why they turned into infiltrators? They just corner them and call them. Hey, you see Mazi Chinasamuru and Mazi Chinedu, they are holding your money. That is why they're supposed to be paying you. Don't you know? They're supposed to be paying you people. Because you people are our gallant soldiers. Our fighting gallantly. Do you know rain is falling on you? You heat, sun beating you, snake biting you. And these people are sitting, not that IPOB, we don't have money, we have money. But they are holding it. Because they don't love you. Come, don't worry. As I say this, don't worry. Don't anything they tell you, don't do it again. Just come to our side and we'll be paying you good money. That is propaganda. Our leader said, can you handle it? You that is talking about bring gun. Do you think a bring gun is the main thing? It is the head, the mentality of handling everything. Do you understand? Including propaganda, because it's the worst. I told you about a story about been saying it here during the Second World War in Japan. Americans they saw that they cannot use only gun and bullet missiles to defeat Japanese, because these people they believe that honor is more important than life itself. Is from Japan. The originators of this Kamikaze suicide bombers is not from Arab. The originators are Japanese. For your information, all the of recent Arabs and Muslims many inculcate. Japanese, they are the first people, because it is one of the codes of the samurai codes. You understand? You don't give up. That is why during the Second World War, there was a time their king, Emperor Hirohito, he prepared a kamikaze suicide brigade of young men and women. Very young, some as little as 12 years. He trained them as pilots. Once they will load their plane, single plane with a single-seater plane, with a bomb. Their mission is to fly high, locate the war group of American war group. Do you understand? Aircraft carriers, and just go dive direct to the American war group, the aircraft carriers. That is the journey of no return. Kamikaze suicidal group. That is Japan, because it was their character. Do you understand? So America saw that they don't give up. instead of Japanese soldiers to hands up, to surrender, they killed themselves. They saw mass suicides of soldiers that we are surrounded. Instead of surrendering and leave, because if they surrender, they capture them and put them in POW camp until end of the war, they release them. They become alive, they live. After all, John McCain was a prisoner of war. Do you understand? So, but instead of that, the Japanese, they don't want to fall into the hands of their enemies. That is American, the Allied forces that time. It doesn't matter what, they kill themselves. Once they see that there is no more escape route, that one will kill himself. Some of them carry pieces of cyanides, poison cyanides. They just put it inside their mouth and die off. That is it. That is their character. So America saw this and said, look, these people, you cannot break them with missiles. So these are people that they never seen this type of character before. Now what they did is they resorted into propaganda. Do you know what? They will fly up. Even they will use mortar bombs. They will package propaganda papers as a bomb. When they blow it, it will go up and explode. Now only the papers will start falling everywhere. Thousands and thousands of papers will be falling into the Japanese military side. And what is written in that? Propaganda. They will write as if it is their emperor, because that time they took their emperor as their god. You understand? They write it with Japanese language. Say, look, our code is that you die, your honor is more than your life. Yes, you people are gallant soldiers. You know, the same way the same way the devil used to come, the same way they call you and say, praise you. Oh, as a ESN commander, you are doing well. Oh, now they do well. Oh, you are gallant. The American Special Force praise them. You people are gallant. Yes, but now, in order not for us to finish, because when you kill yourself, another person will kill himself, another Japanese soldier will kill himself. There is no need. We will exterminate ourselves. We will go into extinction. So in this case, I as an emperor, this is a American propaganda signed as if it is the emperor using his signature. You understand? Now I urge you, gallant Japanese soldiers, O ye men, that now we have to first of all remove or suspend our code, samurai code, for now. Otherwise we will finish you. If we finish, we shall have no Japan of tomorrow. You know, they make you see sense, they make you see reason in their own way. That is the work of propaganda. Do you understand? Now they conclude, now you can suspend that code, that our natural cultural code of honor killing, honor being more important than life. Please now save your life. You can sometimes surrender to the enemy so that you remain alive. Signed by Emperor Hirohito. They put in seal, bam, and the thing started working wonders in the mentalities of Japanese soldiers. Many Japanese soldiers started surrendering. When they are being surrounded, they can no more kill themselves. They started surrendering to Americans, and they saw that it is working. Do you see what propaganda can cause? What guns and bullets cannot solve, propaganda will solve it. That is why Nigeria, they spend a lot of money in propaganda. They will come, all right. Oh, they say now, Mazi Chinedu is acting leader of IPOB. So that when you hear, you say, so he's overthrowing Nnamdi Kanu. Hey, but our enemies now, they give them weapon, because they are working hand in hand. They infiltrate us. They give them, the Nigerian government will give them weapon to continue using to broadcast. Oh, do you see? I tell you that DOS, they are evil people. Do you see it? They have now taken over. Chinedu, they say now he is the leader. No, which means they will abandon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to suffer. They touch your emotion. we should be reasoning like human beings. I'm telling you. That is it. So let me go to some news headlines. There is this news that said, why I pity Nigeria's next president. Sheikh Gumi, the leader of, even in the picture in Sahara Reporters, the picture they use is or Nigeria World, you know, he's sitting with a Fulani terrorist armed to the teeth, and it doesn't cause any brouhaha. Everybody laughed over it. Arise Television laughed over it. Now, wow. So this man now is him that is talking. Now, wow. Look at he's the leader of terrorists. But anyway, we must continue as one Nigeria anyway. And people are misbehaving, zombieing. He said the controversial Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmed Gumi has expressed pity over the next president of Nigeria. Why? Because he is the chief terrorist. He is their commander, one of their commanders. You understand? Gumi said Nigeria's next president will meet a lot of mess upon assumption of office. He will meet a lot of mess because the mess they have created, he knows. So that is why he is warning beforehand. Do you understand? IPOB declares war on Southeast security outfits, Ibubago, of which rightly so. Rightly so. Ibubago should be exterminated from our land. They should be dissolved because they formed this in order to kill our people. Is working for the caliphate direct. That is why they kill our people with impunity. Have you ever seen our people doing this type of killing? 14 people, 14 young men were gunned down the other day by a Bubago. And Ojo Banakwaka, the Imo State Supreme Court governor, he came and defended that these are hoodlums. Sometimes it beats my understanding how politicians can call citizens hoodlums in Nigeria. It's only in Nigeria. Citizens. Normally, people that he is serving, he will turn around and start calling them citizens. Hoodlums. It beats my understanding. And people are there. The same way they have taken it as a normality. Calling citizens by police and military. They say bloody civilian. It's only in Nigeria you hear all these things. And people are going about their normal businesses, answering it. Now I'm a bloody civilian. No. A bloody civilian, which means you are nothing. You can be killed like a rat, and they are doing it. Do you understand? So Ebubago should be dissolved in Igbo land. That is why people should do the needful. Buhari's minister Silva says 400,000 barrels of crude oil stolen daily can cripple Nigeria's economy. You know, all this news, all these things, Nigerians think that it doesn't matter. They don't know that these are the causes of their problems. These are the reason why they don't have job. These are the reasons why they go school, they don't have job. These are the reasons why our girls are now very cheap. Because of all these things. Imagine 400,000 barrels of oil. Do you know how much it is? Crude oil. Every day. This is not the one that Britain stole. Because if they drill maybe 5 million barrels per day, they will declare that it is 1.5 million, 1.5 or 1.7 or 1.8 million barrels. Britain will take 3.2 for themselves. Because that place there is no meter. You think we are lying? I have read this news right from one of the bosses of NNPC. He said there is no meter in the drilling field where they pump oil into vessels. No meter there. It has been like that. That is why Britain is trying to sustain everything, so that the mess continues, so that they will continue stealing. When they drill 5 million barrels of oil per day, they will declare it's 1.7. Nothing's about, militants are bombing, so it's 1.5. Inside that 1.5 that is being declared to the Nigerian government, now 400,000 barrels will go. After that, another one will go. This is the one he talk. Maybe before you know, it will be less than 1 million barrels that will be declared. And after that declaration, when they sell it, the money will go into private accounts. The money for the one that is declared for the government. Have you forgotten that they say that no remittance of NNPC accounts to Nigerian government for some months now? Nigeria is a joke. Do you know why Nigeria is a joke? Because the people, Nigerians are jokes. They are jokers. They are jokers. That is why Nigeria is a joke. Now let me continue to the topic of my submission, please. As I said, although I will rush over it, the dangers of foreign influence or interference on local governance. You know, normally the primary interest of every government or a government is to serve the interests of her people first, to take it as priority. But when a government is primarily serving the interests of foreigners over the locals, there is a very great danger. Remember, during the balkanization and collapse of the Soviet Union, during the time of Mikhail Gorbachev in 1991, the West tried very hard to introduce into Russia their so-called democracy. It's a virus. This they are so there is something I like with white people, Oyibo. They use everything to fight. The same way the Fulani do. There is a similarity between them. They use everything they have. Even their so-called democracy, they use it as a weapon also to foreign countries. They use it as a weapon. Religion, they use it as a weapon. Everything, they use it as a weapon. So, during the time of during the balkanization and collapse of the Soviet Union, during the time of Mikhail Gorbachev in 1991, the West tried very hard to introduce into Russia their so-called democracy in order to develop a very huge Western influence on Russia. That was during the period of Boris Yeltsin. This would have eventually led to the downgrading of Russia and turning it into a controllable small country as others. That is what I could remember that time. You see many non-governmental organizations from America, from Britain, from France, from Western countries, they fool Russia. Hey, we are maintaining the standard of citizens group. Oh, we are human rights activists. Oh, we are this. Oh, now in Russia. Hey, Vladimir Putin. Honorable not take crazy na. Oh, yeah, they want to thwart Russia to become a normal country they can control, like other countries, like Portugal, like Iceland, Spain. Just ordinary country they can control like that. That is what they wanted to turn Russia into. I'm giving you example. But Vladimir Putin saw the imminent foreign influence. He took over control of Russia and maintained it to remain a formidable country it is today, till today. That is why, had it been they used their weapon, or one of their weapons, which is their so-called democracy, the weapon they are using in Africa, they will tell me, just tell me a country that have developed right from scratch, become a developed country through this so-called democracy. If not America, that is a new country. That is a new country, experimental country also, that started on democracy, on the right of men, genuinely. not the one they introduce. If in Africa they use it as a weapon also. They know it's a working weapon. The whole African politicians, they go and give an account of how they want to govern. If it is an Anglophone, they go to 10 Downing Street before they choose them, before they promote them in the so-called democracy. Okay, tell me, boy, how are you going to govern? Let's see whether we can consider you. This one we give account. I will do this and do. Okay, your interest will be number one. They say, okay, don't worry. Now they will check the highest bidder or the highest giver, the person they could trust. They will promote him. Washington Times will write, oh, this person is a Democrat. Obama will come and talk, oh, vote for you. You are democracy, the largest democracy in Africa. So now you vote. This person, should be voted. They have gotten their interest, that the person will give them serve more. All of them are giving them serving their interest, but they will look the highest giver, the person they trust most. They'll give it to him. Before you know, they promote, and you see orangutans, monkeys will jubilate. Oh, he's our man, he win. They don't know that person have sold everything. Now, come and rule now. Problem, inflation. He will see the right thing, but they will not do it. He will see what he said during campaign, he changed, because he is under foreign influence. If he want to step into, invest on human resources in the country, hey, they tell him, hey, don't go there. Don't go there. If you invest on their human resources, remember what your allegiance before we promoted you. We put you there. If we bring out any scandal, we put it in CNN, put it in BBC, put it in Fox News, or you are gone. The people will rise up and pursue you. Don't you know that? And he will keep quiet. That is why you see a president, the time he was campaigning, he will talk something nice. But when he enters office, things will change. Because he is not in charge. Do you understand? He is not in charge. When they see talents they should invest on, they will not do it. And they make politics on it. He said, we novice now, this government, why we have talents, they are not investing? Because they are not serving your interests right from beginning. That is why they are there. Do you understand me? There is no this. You cannot democracy enter into development. It is impossible. History of people that attempted to do something good, to develop their country genuinely, history, it shows that it is not democratic. As long as that country was a quagmire, you can never democracy enter into development. It's impossible. You understand? Because they are not there to serve your interests. They are serving foreign interests. And foreign interest is to continue making Nigeria a quagmire, a garbage ground. Where look at cars that cannot run on the streets of Australia, they will be pushed into Nigeria. Cars that are off-road in Spain, oh, they say take it to Nigeria. They will sell big money. And you are happy making money. You are we are making money. You go and take garbages. You see tires that are being used for ages in European and American countries. They will bring it, tires, worn out tires. They will bring it into the zoo. Now you will go and buy it to replace your tire. Tomorrow you will be on high speed, the tire will burst and you will have accident and die. And your pastor will blame people in the village that they have killed this guy. Hey, this guy on the make of man in the village here. No, in the village here. We continue running from pillar to post without trying to identify what is the core problems of us. It is very pathetic. Sometimes, Odemka, how do I put this into the scores of people listening so that they will understand? I don't really understand. I don't really know. We continue pursuing shadows. We continue pursuing shadows. We don't know that the problem we are having is that we don't have government that is representing us. Our governments are representing the interests of the foreigners that put them there. Do you understand? Do you remember when the confession of one, is it Allah something, a high-ranking secret agent of Nigeria in the shadow? I will be playing that clip anyway. That man, he said something during his confession, that during the time they convinced the CIA, the American government, it took them time to convince them that late Buhari will be the man for the job. Do you see? And you are there, oh PVC, oh, you don't know that the people that are running the show are foreigners. Do you understand? This because your interest is not there, it's not represented. Let me tell you, look at Rwanda that is doing well. Do they have the normal democracy? I think Europe, the West have tried to undo. Now Africans are waking up anyway. They tried this on Zimbabwe, and Africans supported the British and the rubbish Zimbabwe. Now they want to try it on Rwanda. Thank God many Africans now they wake up. They say no, leave. Every time democracy. Oh, you want to democracy, but you are not interested on people that are dying out of penury in the country. Well, you just say democracy, democracy, democracy. Paul Kagame is doing well. They are calling him a dictator. For me, it is better to have a very good dictator than to have thousands of so-called democratically foreign stooges. Democratically elected foreign stooges. I prefer that good dictator as Gaddafi. When they talk about dictators, something that used to baffle me, because the day I was watching Idi Amin, the documentary of Idi Amin, they demonize him because this and that. You know, whenever any person that challenge the West as an African or as a non-Caucasian, they will try to demonize you. Look at Abacha. Look at Abacha. Now Abacha become the worst president in Nigeria. In the eyes, they want it to be any. That is how it is. When they tell you who is the worst head of state in Nigeria, every Dick and Harry will say is Abacha. But Abacha challenged Britain, United Kingdom. Don't you know that? That is the reason. They demonize him, made it a history, write history on him. That this one is the worst. He is this, he is that. So that he will be in our. Because they are playing with our brains, for goodness sake. Because they know that we don't, we don't reason. We act on emotion. Anywhere they push us, we don't think. That is what they wanted to do in Paul Kagame's Rwanda. They don't talk about the goodies. They don't talk about how everywhere discipline is being installed in Rwanda. How things are moved, because before you develop, you must instill discipline to the citizen. It is a must. Without discipline, there will be no development. It is impossible. First of all, is discipline. When they tell you, they make you fear. You fear the government. You fear the law. Because the law should be implemented on anybody. When impunity is removed from a people, finish. Development will start. That is discipline. Discipline is installed. When they make a law that in the streets you don't throw any garbage on the ground. You understand? And they have garbage dumps from maybe every 200 meters. Now, when you finish drinking your pure water, when you finish your pure water, now, if you throw down your pure water, throw it down there, you'll be arrested. Either you'll be fined or you'll be taken to jail. No, now we will, now my brother, please. No. You face the wrath of the law. That is installation of discipline. Now, when you pay that fine, another day, when you finish drinking your pure water, you start looking for a garbage dump, you throw it there. Inside the garbage dump. That is discipline. But the West, they try to use their media, BBC as usual, to bring down Paul Kagame. Oh, he's a dictator. Oh, he doesn't allow democratic process. And do you know what they used to do? As they did the opposition of Robert Mugabe, I think Mogai Changarai. Even that one, they promised they want to arm him to start a civil war in Zimbabwe, but he refused. They told Thabo Mbeki to invade Zimbabwe, but he refused. And I applaud them for that. If it's in West Africa, hey, one usually, hey. That is why I used to say that generally West Africans are different from people in the southern part of Africa. And even, I'm telling you honestly, if it's in Western Africa, one person, France or England will die, immediately is ready. You go and destroy, they will arm him. Look at how they have been arming the former president of Chad by France. He thought that he's larger than life, but they are the people that still killed him. That will be for another day anyway. But what I'm saying, what am I saying? They try to undo Paul Kagame. They will go and organize their person, and the person they will fund him to become opposition, and he will be making noise, so that he will reverse. If he enter power, he will reverse everything. What the gentle revolutionists have done, he will reverse it back. That is the idea of the West. I used to tell us that this world is a world of exploitation. Anything you can do to undo your enemy, as long as you are doing it to the benefit of your people. That is why Britain can go and destroy the flora and fauna in Biafra land, in coastal Biafra land. They will go and, in the quest of drilling something they can never try in their land, the shell will scatter the whole environment, destroy it in our land with impunity. And they will steal, every day they are stealing crude oil, and in order to bring to their people, it is not seen, no, for your information, it is not seen, so that you don't think that God will punish them. No person punishes them, because it is allowed. Exploitation is allowed. If you are good enough, you go and steal from other countries and bring, so that your people will be living good life, the same way Europeans are doing. France is milking 14 miserable francophone countries $500 billion every year. Don't you know that? Did heaven fall? Did God throw thunder from heaven and destroy France, or destroy Champs-Élysées? No. The answer is no. They are progressing. They are living well, and you are dying to get visa to France. Do you see how things are in this world? That is a challenge I'm throwing to you, so that when foreigners are coming to tell you how to run your land, how to run your country, what is good for you, you tell them, no, this is not what is good for us. We know what is good for us. That is what Paul Kagame did, Rwandans did. They say, no, we love this man. No, forget about this, your democracy. This is your so-called democracy. Oh, Nigeria is not the largest democracy in Africa. What is happening? Oh, democracy. And the democracy. Shetima and Tinubu went and it's democracy now. They faked bishops, clergy, Christian clergies, in order to showcase to the world that they are being supported. There is not Muslim something, Muslim, as they say. It's democracy. They did it with impunity and they succeeded. That is democracy. No outcry. People didn't come out to scatter. No. It's democracy. That is what Britain likes. The way BBC will report it, now wow, this one don't pass on, so it don't pass Nigerians. So now wow, they use the tune of Nigerians. BBC pidgin. Now wow. Some people say these people no be Christian clergy. Now wow, but now wow, what till we go see, we no go fit see for Niger. Now wow, and it will ricochet internet television. They will say according to BBC. Now wow, now BBC with the quote. We don't know, we don't get proof. They say no be Christian clergy. Now wow, look at this one's head. Hey, they will show video of one of the touts that are dressed like a bishop. Look at this one's head. Now, so this one clergy. If like this, now wow, which means me I go be clergy. They turn it upside down. It became a laughing stock to the viewers. Because Nigeria is serving the interests of foreigners, nothing more. You understand? Putin saw how the West wanted to scatter Russia through their so-called democratization, civil society, this and rubbish. He entered office and he ordered every foreigner, get out from Russia within 72 hours. Before I deal with you, you come to teach us how to govern ourselves. Oh, you love us, right? You love us. Let me tell you, if not for Putin, I'm saying it here. If not for Putin, Russia would have become maybe like any other country. Now. Putin stood his ground. He said, no, we shouldn't allow these people to come and mess us up and turn us into another thing. Using their fake democracy. And he stood up. You understand? Whenever you are serving your people, you see progress because you are moving with your people. It doesn't matter how the foreigners see it. You are moving with your people. But when you are serving the interests of the people, of the foreigners, we see. Do you think that if had it been Russia, Putin didn't scatter the plan of the West and took over and stood their ground, do you think that Russia will be what it is today? By now, even it's Ukraine that will be claiming part of Russia itself. They will divide Russia into different groups from different cabals looking for power. I say by now, Russia cannot have the capacity of even trying to attack Ukraine. Never. That is to the interest of the foreigners. That is what they want. Do you understand what I'm saying? But today, everything was reversed, and they entered on the right channel. Do you understand? Where they're supposed to be, and they are progressing. They are using what they have, their own capability. They say it doesn't matter that it is difficult, that their sanctions are scattering, are affecting us economically, but we will overcome. And they continue. That is how it should be. Paul Kagame, that is why I pray for Paul Kagame every day. Let them not do away with him. They cannot again. You understand? He is doing his country proud. You instill first of all discipline. Now, from discipline, people will grow from there. I said the other day, for a successful revolution, for a revolution to be successful, listen, it has to take effect, be at least 30 years, at least 20 to 30 years, at least. so that people will be born there. People that born in that revolution will grow up, become adults. That revolution, that ideology will become part of them. Now the older ones that saw another part of life will be dying off. They will no more have strength to bring back things to the status quo. The quagmire they were. They couldn't have that power again. So they will die off after 30 years. Hey, it will take hold. That is the reason why for revolutions to, get taproot in Europe, like in French revolutions, it took time. It took decades. Do you know that Bonaparte, he was a very big dictator, but a good one. When they are talking about dictatorships, they will tell you Robert Mugabe, Paul Kagame. They will be telling you the dictators that are against them, that wants their people to be doing well in Africa. But they will be castigating them. But they will not tell you the history that look, the revered French Napoleon Bonaparte. He was a very big dictator, but a good one. A very good one. They don't even talk about it, because they don't want you to go and say, oh, so once they say it, now your eyes will open. Napoleon Bonaparte. They cannot talk about the present day France without talking about Napoleon Bonaparte. But you ask them, was Napoleon Bonaparte, was he a Democrat? Was he elected? Did he sanction an election? The answer is no. He maintained the revolution, and he slaughtered, he massacred French people in order to install discipline, in order to make people to live the way they instituted. He massacred French people, his own French people, the anti-revolutionists. Do you understand that? But they will not tell you this because you don't study history. Okay, let me continue. What makes countries and nations great is the ability to prioritize and work towards the interests of their own people. The ability to relegate foreign interests to the background. Their interest becomes number one. That is what makes countries and nations great. Their ability to prioritize and work towards the interests of their own people. Is Nigeria working towards the interests of their people? The answer is no. What they are doing is only the north, the Sahelian. They don't even see Nigeria as a binding country. Look at the railway line they built to Maradi. Everything is to Niger Republic. They spent $1.2 billion for vehicles in Niger Republic, whereas they were unable to pay salaries, workers that worked hard in Nigeria. And you are telling me that Nigeria is supposed to be alive? Is that what you are telling me? They are working, prioritizing on the interests of foreigners. People we call foreigners. It's we Southerners that call Niger people foreigners. No. But the caliphate, they don't call them foreigners. It's their brothers. So who is losing? We are the losers. In Nigeria, we are the losers, I'm telling you. The South in general, forget about the small crumb that they are using to deceive the Duduwa, the airport and seaport. If the caliphate, they know how to blackmail. If Duduwa or Yoruba people want to talk, they will say, look, we will open other seaport in One seaport. We know what to do, and open airport in Enugu and Calabar, and we see what will happen. Your economy, Lagos will fall immediately. They know how. Nigeria is about blackmail. Fulani, that is what they use. Nigeria is not a country. It's about using blackmail to get what you want as a nation. Because Nigeria is a conglomerate of nations. I'm telling you honestly, forced into living together under duress. That is the reality. Now, what makes countries and nations great is the ability to prioritize and work towards the interests of their people, the ability to relegate foreign interests to the background. Nonetheless, there are some factors that could lead to countries or nations serving foreign interests instead of serving their people. One of the factors, or some of the factors are listed, as I say. Number one is lack of government investment and development of their human resources, leading to economic breakdown. This will in turn lead to over-dependence on foreign manufactured goods and services. This also comes with unwanted foreign influences as conditions and prices to pay. Because when you depend on China to import a toothpick, something as mundane as little as toothpick, and you depend on Europe and China and America for building ordinary road, which Roman Empire built before Christ. They were able to build, paved road before Christ, more than 2,000 years back. Something that your engineers, local, you cannot invest on your engineers to do. Why? Because the people that know how to do it is Southerners. I have to bring Biafrans now, which is not, you cannot do it. So instead, that money will go to foreigners. Instead, we go to expatriates. After all, Ahmad Bello said it. He said for him, he will never employ Southerners to do certain jobs. Instead, he will look for, first of all, an expatriate like you, a BBC reporter, white like you. He said if he didn't see, he will now try to look for any other person, maybe any other African from Niger or from Chad. If he didn't see, he start considering Southerner, but on contract basis. You understand? Do you see the country you are in? Do you see why everybody is suffering? Because if they want to do something, invest on human resources. The people that merit many things are Southerners, and mostly Biafrans. The same way they choose, they look at our female football team, the Nigerian female football team. They are more than 95% Biafrans. Southerners in general, but more than 95% Biafrans. The 2 or 3% are Yoruba. Where is the caliphate? Now, there I used to say, why not they continue, even in the basketball, why not they do it their quota system? Why when it comes to representing internationally something like this, something that eyes are seeing, watching, there is not them, it's not the caliphate to control it. It's not them to standardize it, rather it is in the world. Our football, basketball, female, male, all is no more quota. Why not do it quota? Okay, Kanu, bring one. Kaduna one. Every state one. It should have been better. So that they pour in international arena. Here Ghana Nigeria 20-0, 35-0. Do you understand? So, what am I trying to say? One is, as I said, lack of government investment and development of their human resources, leading to economic breakdown. This will in turn lead to overdependence on foreign manufactured goods and services. This also comes with unwanted foreign influences as conditions and prices to pay. Number two, internal strife, leading to factions seeking foreign help or to subdue their fellows. That is it. All these are factors, some of the factors that could lead to countries or nations serving foreign interests instead of serving their people. Internal strife leading to factions or groups seeking foreign help to subdue other fellows, like what we have in Nigeria today. The caliphate, they can sell everybody. They don't care whether Nigeria perishes. They don't care whether Naira is $1 to 2,000 Naira. As long as they are helped to be in position of power, they don't care what everybody is suffering. Do you see it? That is one of the reasons, one of the factors that is leading to countries or nations serving foreign interests instead of serving their people. Now, number three, greed and the extreme selfishness of some of the people, which will lead to seeking foreign backing in order to continue satisfying their selfish interests, which also leads to a total suppression or subjugation of their own people. You see the Igbo politicians, what they are doing. Greed, extreme selfishness, guns for hire. They are ready. Afonja style. Afonja made the Yoruba land to lose a authority today. Why? Because he wants to be the king by all means. He was the Ore Onakakanfe, the chief of army staff of the king. But that's it. They're hungry, I'm too much. He said, oh boy, every time now this man, I deserve him. He will send me to military expedition. I will go and wait. I say, oh beg. This seat, I want it to. You know, black man, that greed, that lack, you know, greed also, lack of discipline. That is it. That is the reason why people are falling. Even in IPOB, as I said before during my preamble, people are deceived through propaganda. They are cornered, called, be pumped into lies. Lies will be told to them and they accept it. Now you people are fighting. You are our gallant soldiers, so you merit better. Why Chinasanworu and the Mazi Chinedu, why they are withholding funds? They're supposed to be paying you because you are fighting. So don't worry, we will be paying. We will take control. We will take care of you. Don't worry. If you come to our side, don't worry. And before you know, you enter and they commit you. They made you now turn you into a kidnapper. They now turn you into a killer of your own people. You regret, but you can. It's no more. You can no more come back, and you continue because now you have been accustomed to it, to evil. Do you see how things are? Do you see? That is greed, extreme greed and selfishness. That is one of the causes. Go and ask later Afonja. Afonja is dead, long dead and gone. But a lorry now is under the caliphate. A lorry now is having a emir instead of maybe Oba. You understand? That is what the greed of one person cost them. The same way Igbo politicians are doing today. You know, people used to ask, why is it that they are not together? Why is it that they do? When you have the worst thing that could happen to a people is, you know, their politicians serving foreign interests or foreigners imposing political elites on them. That is the worst thing that can happen to a people. That is the worst thing. You know, when they look at, for example, when you talk about North Korea, America, they used to consider, do we attack these people from outside with all our might and bomb them? They said no, that will galvanize them. You know, North Korea, they are virtually all are military. They invest their life in military equipment because they are hysterical, because of the way they are being pushed. That's the truth. So now America said the thing we galvanize them. The thing the external force will galvanize everybody. That sense of nationhood will now come into play, and it will be catastrophe for South Korea, Japan, and even America themselves. So they say no, that is no option. So what they always try to do is to stir up rebellion from inside. And do you see? Do you see another game? To use somebody, the worst thing is to use somebody of your own type, your brother, the same color, in order to colonize you, in order to be serving foreign interest. It would have been better Britain, white people will be in charge, become president of Nigeria till today. Now we know that we are directly under colonization. Instead of what is going on today, you know, Britain is using an unseen hand. They are ruling Nigeria with under shadow. They are, you know, so that you cannot see them. If you talk, they say, but it's a sovereign country. They are ruling themselves. A sovereign country, but Katrina Lang, British ambassador, will be crisscrossing, gallivanting in all the Nigeria states, talking about how to maintain. We must maintain the status quo in Nigeria. Do you see it? Does that ricochet something on your head? That we are not free. After all, we are not free. Nigeria is serving, the caliphate is serving the interests of the foreigners, our former colonizers. What is happening now is worse than Britain being direct in charge, so that they come clear. We are seeing them. Who is your president? We say it's Boris Johnson, for example. Direct, he is in Aso Rock. Oh, you know, we know that they are in charge direct than using this unseen hand. Why equal harm? No, after all, Nigeria is a sovereign nation, so a sovereign country. So we don't have anything doing in Nigeria. They take their own decisions. That is the worst thing that happens to have happened to Africa, have happened to us as a people, have happened to us inside that zoo. Our Igbo politicians, we are under subjugation, that is under slavery. I don't know. I'm telling you, we Biafrans, our own is the worst, because I know Nigeria is being controlled by the caliphate is being controlled by Britain. You understand? Now, in our own land, in Biafra land, the caliphate now are controlling people that are controlling us. Don't you see that we are in a mess? In a bigger mess than you can imagine. Igbo politicians, why do you think that they cannot even have common ground? Have you ever seen them having common ground? One time, when our leader fired them too much, they had a Southeast, what they call it, Southeastern Governors Forum meeting, whether 2 times. After Southern Governors Forum. Where is that one now? It's gone forever. Gone into the winds. When the caliphate, that meeting, only that Southern Governors Forum meeting, it seems that they throw nuclear bomb to the caliphate. And it become the talk of the town. But they themselves, they can hold, till today, they have Northern Governors Forum. There is no problem. Why will you people be free? Why will you be together? Why will you think as a unit? Why? Sometimes it beats my understanding. The way they control us, and we accept it. That is the worst sin, because we accept it. That's a Southern Governors meeting that caused many problems to the caliphate. I said, is this a nuclear bomb that is being thrown to them? Every day on television is what they talk about. Why should they have a Southern meeting? Why should they have Southern Governors meeting? It became a problem. And you see the Southern primates, monkeys, they stopped it. Why? Because they have been spoken to privately. Each one have their caliphate handler, Alhaji handler. Do you want to continue your political career? He said, yes, sir. Do not attend that meeting again. This is private conversations. I'm not talking about the Igbo politicians. All those ones, they are Ofenkufu. They are, I don't know, I don't know. That is why they can never speak with one voice. How can? Because of foreign influence. Because they are not serving the people. What they are serving is the caliphate, not even Britain. They are serving the people that are serving Britain. That is second class slave. You know, a slave that have a slave is the worst thing. He is a slave, but now he have his own slave serving him as a slave, which means I'm telling you honestly, that is the mess we are in. That is why, have you asked yourself, why is it that Igbo politicians, they can never speak with one voice? They don't gather to have meeting to talk about, at least I'm not even talking about Southern in general, Southeast or Eastern distance in general. No way. Because all of them, that is, as they are grooming you to be a big politician by the caliphate, as you go to Sokoto in order to pay allegiance, now they will tell you have to be single. Any day we hear them that you are talking with another governor of your neighboring state, we will finish you. Everybody mind your state. Oh. They make sure they make sure they put everybody into singular position. Talk for you so that they become easy praise. Easy, very easy. I say the meeting of the southern governors, you open my eyes more wide. I say, the way the caliphate, the way all this Fulani caliphate, they were highly horrified and mad about only meeting, which they themselves, they are proud to be talking every time. We are not an governors forum. Now I think it's been held, chaired by Solomon Lalong, governor of Plateau State. They made sure they present, you see, they present to the people, to the public, that this is not about a tribe or about a religion. They will put Christians there. Make sure that they become conspicuous. That if you are coming, wear your bishop or pastor clothing. You understand? In order to deceive the world. But when other people, the southerners, when they want to organize themselves, it becomes a problem. Don't you see that there is something going on there? Okay, in African situation today, we are no more directly colonized by the Europeans. Rather, we are under indirect colonization, which is worse than direct colonization. When foreigners are using our own people, same color, same race, in order to suppress and subjugate us to their advantage, it is controlling by proxy or neocolonialism. That is what is happening in our land, even in Biafra land. That is why they will gun down 14 people, 14 young men in our land, in our mama, and the governor will come out and watch camera, look directly in the eyes of people and say that these are hoodlums. It's DSS. He first of all, he says it's DSS, so that as he said DSS, he said, now go Abuja and ask them. Do you see? So what is going on in our land today is a direct, ugly example of foreigners controlling our lives via our own people. Look at how they are using Ebubago as a locally formed security outfit to kill our people. Other people, look at Amoteco. Even I saw today, Amoteco intercepted another lorry load of intruders, Maruedas, with different weapons in trailer or trailers. But Ebubago, what is Ebubago doing? They are killing our people. Tell me now, they are killing our people, nothing more. Now you now understand why they are formed. It is a caliphate, it is a proxy of the caliphate. In our life, when the Mietiala, now Mietiala don't too much talk again. Election has come. They go down, they go into their share. Do you see how these people are? They go back into their share. They say, no, don't talk you before you spoil business. Because they know, everybody know that Mietiala is a terrorist organization. It's after election now. They will bust out and say, we are Mietiala, give us money. Do you understand? That is how they build. Now they have gone to their shell, Mietiala. They no more speak as normal, as before. They no more come out to make noise as before. It's election campaigning period. Do you see how they are? Ebubago is Amoteco is intercepting foreign invaders. What is Ebubago doing? Killing our own people. Do you see how things are in our land? Do you see how messy situation we are? We are in a very big messy situation. They form what Gowon said. I would have given, had it been, I know Igbo people are like this, I would have given just crumb to some of them and they will do the job. This is what is happening in our land. The Ebubago, they are Fulani. Kali, do you remember when Mietiala said that, okay, if all of you form, okay, Amoteku, this one form, security outfit, so okay, we will form, we will be all around Nigeria, our own security outfit. That is Ebubago in our land today. It's Mietiala. If you understand, you remember when former governor of Anambra State said Mietiala is part of his cabinet. Can somebody ask, where is the Mietiala today? Has they disappeared? Have they disappeared? The answer is no. They have mutated into a Bubago today, committing atrocities in our land and answering using Igbo name, being directed with Igbo people, by Igbo governors, doing the work of the foreigners in our land. That is why when the worst thing that will happen to a people is when those that they call their politicians or their leaders, when they are being controlled or they have influence of foreigners. That is the worst thing that can happen to us as a people. It is happening. It is truth. We are suffering heavily today because our political class have been reduced to servants and vassals, serving the interests of the Fulani Caliphate. It is due to their personal greed for power and money. What we are doing today as IPOB is to try to restore a nation that will be a semblance, that will have a semblance of integrity and self-esteem, where our interest should be number one for us, where our public servants will prioritize serving the interests of our people. And the only way to achieving this is to make every one of us work for it. The foreigners cannot work for it. It is we that can do it for us, for ourselves, to invest on our human resources in order to develop and advance. This is why we should join hands together in order to restore Biafra. Remember, foreigners can never love us more than people are breathing carbon monoxide, unsaturated hydrocarbon into their system every day, living in it and developing sicknesses, going to the wrong way, going to religious centers, saying that it's your uncle or your aunt that is killing you. No. Okay, these foreigners that now cause all this mayhem, all this suffering to us, they want us to go to heaven, right? Anytime I talk, I want you to reason. After they close their country with visa, so that they don't want you to come to their country, but they want you to go to heaven. Let us stop being foolish. I'm telling you, before the coming of our leader, we are foolish. You know, but now our eyes are now open. That is the reality. So this is where I'm going to stop. As I said, foreigner never and can never love us more than we love ourselves. It is impossible. It is we that we love ourselves. We love ourselves more than foreigners. Foreigners can never love you more than yourselves. It's only deceit. They deceive you, take what they can get from you, and go their way. That is it. That is the world. That is it. But when you are foolish, So what IPOB is doing, I will go into a few minutes break, so that when I come back, I will open the lines and people will start calling in. Please don't go away. I'll be right back.
Biafra, worldwide phone call campaign alert continues. BBC, a propaganda machine and racist media set up by the Great Britain to oppress the oppressed people of Biafra. BBC, your media war propaganda of 1967 that led to the genocide of over 3.5 million Biafrans, men, women, and children, did not stop us. Do you know why? Because we are the sons and daughters of the great lion from the tribe of Biafra. Our minds are made up. Your shenanigans, antics, and fake gutter media will not stop us either. We must and shall restore Biafra. Biafra worldwide phone call campaign alert continue. Now pay close attention. Be polite when you call BBC and use the following prompt when you call. Hello, my name is. You tell them your name. I am calling to ask about BBC policy of propaganda against the victims of genocide. Since you are obsessed with telling lies about Biafrans, here are 5 more questions to consider. Now, this is the question to ask BBC. We are witnesses to BBC racist coverage of terrorism, implying that black Africans' lives don't matter. Yet the same BBC rallies the whole world at the slightest terrorist incident in the United Kingdom. Here is the second question. But when it comes to Nigeria, BBC not only hides terrorist killings, but they slander the victims and survivors of terrorism and genocide. The third one. When will the grand patrons of lies and hypocrisy, the BBC Fake News Network, make a documentary about the daily slaughtering of Nigerians by Fulani terrorists and the government of Nigeria, whom you protect, so that London may plunder Biafran's resources? The fourth question. Is the oil and gas of Biafra the reason that BBC is obsessed and terrified by the agitation for freedom by the victims of 400 years of British colonial thievery and crimes against humanity? And the fifth one, we call on the good people of the world to ask BBC and UK government why it aids and abates the genocide in Nigeria by spreading lies, propaganda, and disinformation against Biafran freedom fighters. BBC, we know that you are United Kingdom government agents of imperialism with no modicum of shame. Take down your wicked fake documentary against the victims of genocide and stop your sadistic meddling in the lives of black Africans. Now pay close attention. This is the time to call BBC. You can call them 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Biafran time. Date 4th of July to 30th of September 2022. Now grab your pen and paper and pay close attention. You can call BBC switchboard on this number +44 2087 438 000. I repeat, +44 208 743 8000. Or you can tweet at BBC News. You can also call BBC Customer Service +44 3700 100 222. I repeat, +44 3700 100 222. Or you can also tweet at BBC Press. I have not finished. You can also call BBC Studios Limited +44 208 433 2000. I repeat, +44 208 433 2000. You can also email BBC News Channels at bbc.co.uk. BBC, we shall vanquish. BBC, do you know why? Because we are Biafrans.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Olu province of Biafra land, and today is the 9th day of August in the year of our Lord 2022. Today is Tuesday. We are live and direct. Our lines are now open, but do not forget that according to the publicity, we are still on media confrontation with BBC. Do not forget it. We shall never relent. We should continue calling and asking them questions. You understand? Our direct line is +1 213 328 6224. I repeat, direct line +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. I have a caller on Signal. You are the first caller. Please make it worthwhile, and I welcome you to the studio. Caller on Signal, can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi, I can hear you. Good evening from here.
There, Mazi, welcome to the program.
My beloved brother Jonathan, may Chukwu Kikabiyama continue to bless you, give you every wisdom and understanding, that whenever you come to this hallowed platform, you keep on preaching this gospel the way it is. And we, the hardcore comrades who are always here listening, we keep on remaining consistent in what we are doing, keep on fighting until this Biafra we are fighting will be restored. And I will never forget to bring our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu into the hands of Chukwu Kikabiyama, the man who has gave us this courage that we can be able to stand today to speak our minds without being afraid of any idiot. We say Chukwu Kikabiyama, guide and protect him from every danger, from every hands of the evil ones. Destroy his enemy before they come close to him, and most especially release him unconditionally, so that he will rejoin us. We keep on fighting together until Biafra will be restored. This is my prayer, and so shall it be in the name of Chukwu Kikabiyama. Ise. Fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, my name is Mazi Akas. I'm calling from Austria, and by the special grace of Chukwu Kikabiyama, I am the IPOB Austria National PRO. My brother Jonathan, you have said it all this evening. I used to say sometimes, if not because we have been, hardened listener of this Radio Biafra, most time when you speak, Mazi, most of us feel like a rainbow. But we must continue doing what we are doing, because our leader have taught us that when the time comes, those who are going to do the needful will begin to do it, because we have no life without Biafra. This is why we must keep on fighting. It doesn't matter what anybody says. We know that the enemy have found opportunity to infiltrate IPOB, trying to corrupt the minds of our people, causing harm, using a bag infiltrated, full of Boko Haram and Fulani herdsmen. They are killing our people, and most of our Igbo brothers that joined that stupid bag, which our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu warned our people. He warned them. Never you enter anything called a batro, don't ever enter into something that you don't know. The same thing our leader warned our people is happening today. They are using this criminal battle to go to the houses of our people burning the houses, killing our people, and the same our people cannot stand up and ask questions. The so-called Igwe cannot stand up and ask questions. Was this outfit made to kill us or to defend us? Just like Amateku is intercepting these marauders from Sahel, coming to destroy their land, they are intercepting them with their weapons. Is it not the same thing this Ebubado is supposed to be doing in Igbo land? They were about everything turned around. Their job is to go into our villages, killing our mothers, killing our brothers and sisters. If not because of these 14 men and women that they gone down and went to wedding or marriage ceremony, how would our people know that? Because they were killing systematically. They will kill you today. Next tomorrow they will kill you. If we can be able to calculate and minus, if this Ebubado is killing innocent people in our land, and they are going after young men, if they are killing 2 every day, sit in a week, it is 14. Sit in a month, 14 in 4 weeks. It's over 52. And this is how they're supposed to be killing our people systematically, and our people don't want to do anything about it. But IPOB, we said no. Just as we have said, we will never allow this Ebubado to destroy our people because we know their motive. And the reason why they were created, they were never created to defend our people, rather to kill our people, Mazi. And we must continue to fight them. We must continue to expose their evil crime. We must continue to allow the world to know that the intention of this people is to destroy our people. And Mazi, I concur with you. When you said there is no back to go, I agree with you, Mazi. We must continue to fight until Biafra is restored because we have no back to go. Thank you, Mechuko Kabema. Bless you, Mazi.
And
thank
you too. There, Mazi. Thank you. We must continue. Because really there is no back to go. Had it been there is even a back to go, we'll be contemplating. But there is no back to go, nowhere to go, no back. You see, no back. What you see is abyss and gully, everything. So are you going to, if you want to go back, you fall into the gully and die. That's it. Caller on WhatsApp, welcome to the program. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Please, I'm talking to you. Can you hear me? Go on, Mazi, go on. Mazi, are you still there? Can you hear me? Be speaking, please.
My name is Mazi Wisdom from Ohajima, Sinimo Province, Biafra. I'm calling from my location. Mazi, I want to make some comment mostly on the press release about Ebubado. I want to stand that press release and also support the DOS that Ebubado should be abolished in Biafra land, because these are the foreigners, like what you are analyzing this evening. These are foreigners they are using to kill our people in the name of local, because the Southeast governors, they name these people Ebubado. Why the people killing us are the Fulanis, they are the Mieti Alas. These are the people killing us in our own land, but they are using a name like what Britain are doing. Britain are ruling Nigeria indirectly, but using a Nigeria in the name that he is a Nigeria president, but they are the ones that are controlling Nigeria, telling them all that they will do. Britain was along the Britain High Commissioner in Nigeria is the one the impostor in Asrock, the Fulanese, the Caliphate, what in Nigeria, they are the ones that instructed them not to give electricity to the masses, because they know that if they give them 24 hours, people use electricity to produce something. That is instructed them to give the people electricity. Britain are the ones instructed the Fulanese not to develop or to put any government in Biafra, seaport, airport, and other things, because they know if they give seaport, our people that are imports will import land direct, and the revenue in Lagos they will not get it to be in Biafra land, and it will be so they instructed them not to do anything in Biafra land, so that the suffering can be running away, from our own God-given land, a land that is blessed with milk and honey. But because of the imperialism, because of these Fulanese, these are the people that make us, we scatter all over the world, we are suffering where we are, because there is nothing, no president of Nigeria government in Biafra land. So Bubagu, whatever thing that is called a Bubagu should be abolished. That name should not be in existence in Biafra land. I support it 100%, and I support the restoration of Biafra 100%. And the white people know, Britain, that immediately Biafra comes, the imperialism in Africa, in Biafra land, will stop. This is why they don't want to give us Biafra, but they can never give us Biafra. Biafra people, we are going to take our freedom by our hands. We are going to, if it's to fight, we must fight, we must make all we can to make sure Biafra is restored. That they can never, who are they to determine us? Are they God? An ordinary human being like us. So we must restore Biafra by Chuko Kabe. Mas, thank you for being my comment. Chuko Kabe, bless you, sir. Thank you.
There, and you too. Thank you. We must continue. I have a caller on signal. Caller on signal, welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
My brother, I can hear you. Good evening to you, my brother Jonathan.
There,
good evening to Biafrans and lovers of freedom. My name is Ifan Chukwumada Abichi, and I'm calling you from the Netherlands. My brother, there's a statement I have to make about this foreign influence on domestic issues or governance. I suggest, and it will not be an overstatement, I'm not a policy maker, but I have opinion, that when Biafra comes, it will be forbidden for Biafran government officials to belong to any foreign secret society, and it will be forbidden for any government official of Biafra to send their children to study abroad, to go for medical treatment abroad, or even to study abroad, because these things will make you close to the people you are supposed to be leading and to the land you are supposed to love. You see, political class of Africa in general, and Zoo in particular, Zoo being Nigeria, they are full of subservient and people suffering from extreme form of inferiority complex. You know, they make these people, this political class, they make them, members of their secret societies, Grand French Lodge, a Grand English Lodge, a Grand Irish Lodge, etc. They invite them to, Champs-Élysées, that is the French government house. They invite them to 10 Downing Street, the residence of British Prime Minister. They invite them to Chatham House. That is the former headquarters of the colonial office. This is where the scripts are handed over to these people. And then, when they come home, they must continue to maintain those links and scripts they got from the colonialists in foreign countries. or these countries are called like French and English, British as kind of example. Everybody know about them. But when these people come home, they will continue to look how to impress those neo-colonialists, thereby negating the interest of their people and therefore looking down on their people because they think they are dealing with God in sky that have come down. That inferiority complex, no matter how these people you see in political class in our place, they may be a professor, they may be a doctor, they may be engineer, intelligentsia, or intellectual, they are still suffering from that inferiority complex. That once they stand side by side with these people, they lose their senses and they start behaving like they've gone to heaven and come back. And coming to talk about the British involvement in Nigeria, this is supposed to be the home of Magna Carta, the Bill of Rights. Now, go figure how can that country, the oldest parliament, according to them, we know better, because the first written constitution was, started in Igbo land of the ancient, the home of the ancient. But what I'm saying is these people that are supposed to be championing the modern democracy, they have their own citizen kidnapped in Kenya and brought to a very, very, very hostile country called Nigeria without due process of extradition hearing in Kenya. Because if that had taken place, a judge in Kenya will determine whether to extradite him to Nigeria or send back to the country where he holds the passport, that being Britain. But because Britain was complicit in that kidnap, they have not said anything of note. Anytime they say, we give him consular help, as if kidnap is a normal, even if a criminal. See, like Russia and America are trying to exchange their criminals, but your innocent citizen is being held in a dungeon after extraordinary rendition, which is international crime. You see, Biafrans, we can never depend on Britain or look for their humanity or their conscience, because they have none. They depend on exploiting and even knocking your head together and dividing us into the bones in order to maintain their hegemony and the exploitation of our motherland. And by God, by the grace of Chukwokika Biama, we must steer away from their stranglehold. God bless Biafra. Good night, my brother.
There will remain blessed. We must continue. The issue is our people, when they belong to one society or foreign. Look at the calls being brought by Wole Soyinka. Look at what they are doing. Other places, they use cultism. They have cultism, but they use it for advancement, for intellectual advancement and competition. But in Nigeria, it's another thing altogether, to kill. After all, George Washington joined the Freemasonry in the lodge at Virginia. I think he brought it to Virginia. I'm telling you, because you cannot be of that high profile without joining all these cults. Because these are where you see some secrets you don't know, or that is not known to ordinary human being. I'm telling you honestly. I have a caller on direct line. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me? Caller on direct line. Are you there?
Mazi, I can hear you.
There, well, welcome to the program.
I can hear you. This is Mazi Uchenna. I'm speaking from my location. Mazi, glory to Chukwokika Biama for our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because we, the Biafrans, what we are seeing in Biafran land is terrible. Mazi, I tell you, it is terrible. honestly. If not the coming of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I don't know what the Biafra land could have been now. I told you. I want to just say I was in a place with one man. They were talking, I was listening, they were talking, saying about Buhari, that Buhari is dead. The other one is saying they don't know this type of government. They know this and that. They begin to talk after that. They begin to talk about Soludo. What Soludo is doing in Anambra State, talking. I'm listening at them. Then I call one of them, I say, brother, all these things you people are talking, are you listening to Radio Biafra? He said, what do I mean? Do I know where he's walking? I said, what do you mean by where you are walking? I asked you a simple question. Do you listen to Radio Biafra? Because I listen every day, especially anytime you are on radio. I listen because I learn from you. I learn, not talk of the one I learned from our leader. So our leader taught us, and this man, in fact, I can't understand it because we have a free creators, as you said. They are too much in Biafra land, honestly. But that's why I say glory to Chukwu Kriabiyama, because it's not our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So honestly, these people could have do what even the world cannot even come to save us. But I thank God for everything. Thank Chukwu Kriabiyama for helping us, for bringing our leaders. So you see, Mazi, what you are talking about this very country, Nigeria. I don't know where we are going to start. Are we starting from Buhari, or are we starting from Abakari, the dead one, or are we starting from the judiciary, which place, or from the governor? Which one can come out now and say this very thing that Tobago is doing there is bad? Killing our youth, killing our innocent Biafra people. Our leaders say we are blessed people from Elohim to go Kabiyama. And that is why Britain, in fact, in Britain have sworn, have decided to make sure they bring us down. But it's not to go Kabiyama. Honestly, I don't know. So, Mazi, you see this Tobago matter, this Tobago issue, we must, Biafran IPOB must make sure there is nothing like a Tobago in Biafra land again. Because these people are doing it for, they forgot that the way they are is a blessed land, and also is a place that God wants to use in order to deliver Africa. This man, God opened his eyes and showed him many things. And my joy to that our leader is that this man is determined, he's resolute, he stands on his word. He don't want to compromise himself. That is my joy to our leader. And also my joy to all the IPOB, US, all of them, all the volunteers. As you said, I was listening when you were saying that IPOB is a volunteer, something that somebody will volunteer himself to do, not to go and take bribe or begin to talk nonsense on radio or in social media. So, Mazi, in order to know to take the other people's time, this Tobago must stop. It must stop. And all these people that are helping to make a Tobago in order to be clean our people, we must search them and find them out. That is what I have to say in this very matter. And I want to also greet you, greet our leader, greet Chinedu, Mazi Chinasaworu. It's another man that makes us joy. So I want to greet everybody. Let us continue. To work at them and we help us. And Biafra will be helped us. That's what I have to say on my own. May God bless all Biafrans, all the IPOP members, all the hardcore, all of us, the more powerful, all of them. May God bless all of us. In the name of Chukwu Kabia, my friend.
He said. There will Mazi. There will. Remain blessed. We must continue. I have a caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me, please? Caller on WhatsApp, the platform is yours for the third time. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good evening, Mazi Jonathan. Good evening.
Oh, Mazi.
Please, I'm calling. The one thing I know is that this. Please, can you hear me?
The whole world is hearing you. Please go on.
Hello?
Go on, Mazi. Go on, Mazi. The whole world is hearing you.
Okay. Sorry. What I am saying is that whatever that happens, even this time, I believe that it will end between us and Britain, because Britain, they have been holding us and doing everything to see that they deprive us our freedom. But one thing I believe strongly is that it will end this time around. And again, is that our leader, I was listening to him when he was in Canada yesterday. They replay his broadcast. He said everything after saying there's one word he said there. He said that nobody will stop Biafra except me and you. So in other words, we have to play our own role, each and every one of us. Now the DOS, they have made an announcement that they want ESM to control everything concerning Ibubag, that they will not kill our people again. But I'm also telling our people that everybody have to be on board, because what we need is to free our land. Nobody will free you, nobody will free me. I must free myself, you must free yourself. We must come together to see that we free ourselves. That is the one thing I know. And again is that what you said about Africa and how to liberate Africa, what the Tamon Sankara did and all these things. I see that one of the problems we have is ourselves. And the one thing that kills us most is that we don't know history, we don't know who we are. All of us, we have to be on board this time around. Please, I want to make an announcement. I'm calling from Roma, Italy. I want to make an announcement. We are having a meeting every second Sunday of the month. In every second Sunday by 1 o'clock. Having the meeting, we have where there is African shop there, where bus 70 is parking. So if you are missing road, I say Biafra, if you are coming to the meeting, you are missing road, you can call this number 351 1133 004. The second one 351 01 25 761. This is our number. You can call it. If you are missing road, you can come and meet us. We need to free ourselves, because even where we are is not more comfortable to us. This is not life here. Thank you, and God bless you for what you are doing for our motherland. Thank you, and remain blessed. God bless Biafra.
They will all help Biafra. Remain blessed too. We must continue. What we are doing is to refine our way of thinking. That is number one. You know, our leader started, had it been our leader didn't start with teachings, with making sure that, you know, we change the way we reason, it would have been more difficult, I'm telling you. So, for those of us that continue imbibing on the teaching, for those of us that have been pregnanted on these teachings of enlightenment, we must continue upholding it, because we are trying to restore a country, not a country lower Homo sapiens as Nigeria is. Because had it been that Nigeria is not a mess that it is today, we wouldn't have been clamoring to restore Biafra. No. Had it been Nigeria is being run the way it should be, we wouldn't be clamoring. But there is no way a foreign amalgamate, a foreign racial construct could be able to, could be run as a normal country. It is impossible because there are people that created it. Britain created Nigeria. If Nigeria is run in a normal way, Nigeria develops. Now Britain, the creator, have lost. The same way they lost in India. India is able to develop. I said it the other day, because India restructured themselves, went back to their old self, who they were before Britain came. And that is why they are developing. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Welcome to the program.
What is located in Biafra land. So, sir, this evening your submission is something great, because foreign influence have taken our people, and the problem we have is ourselves. So, Mazi, I don't know the way you're going to do this, because it's like what you're speaking, people, and the problem we have is ourselves. So, Mazi, I don't know the way you're going to do this, because it's like what you're speaking, or some people in local is not understanding it the way it should be. I don't know, because what you're teaching is a great thing. We all have to have hand in decks, because the white man doctrine and take our life away, and whatever that is happening now is left for us to put hands together to do things that is going to be right. God enough about this Mazi Ekuchana here and Mazi and the Kanu said it all, that propaganda would measure something. How can we fight propaganda? And propaganda, we are the virus, the highest virus. If we can defeat propaganda, that means there's nothing on this earth that we cannot defeat. You have put so many many countries in the gap for propaganda, and it's like our people may understand what you really mean by that propaganda. Propaganda means so many things, and propaganda is higher virus, and that is what India use right now. Only use right propaganda. Because ada agwagina one gino merotua na no megotua, why na onya he megotua no ipete and then we can use one gina agwoku aho na onye issue no merego no ego no na eme enjoy no na angu tea
Mazi ina mnego yeah, say Emma, some of our people hana no propaganda ha chema only on a television. Na satellite na akazia but by that time it no propaganda. You don't know that small little voice in WhatsApp voice na hey na asekwa ndidi say hey rikwene gondidio is it is a virus, it's a propaganda. The most common propaganda now that can catch you. Hey that gossip, that is the propaganda. Once you fall for it, that is it. Don't think that propaganda is only what you hear in maybe or now on television. I say propaganda. No. Mazi, go on, please.
Yes, it is the real virus our people need to understand. Ndị be anyị kwesịrị ịmata what is the meaning of propaganda and how it is formed and is used. And this night, you have opened it, you have put it from primary to the secondary to even the lowest level. You have opened it up. Now, open to understand. And we that is listening to understand what is propaganda is all about. They even use it in a Biafran war against Ojukwu, against Biafrans. They even use it against the Riverine area, our brothers in the Riverine area, our brothers from Riverine, from Cross River, Akwa Ibom to River State to other Riverine area, Calabari, or those people. They use it against them, wearing Biafran uniform, killing them. Our enemy, killing them, then tagging it that is Biafran soldiers, their own brothers that is killing them. You know, this is only more. That is what it means. But our people refuse to understand even what happened to us before, even up till now, that is still happening in us. Propaganda is the highest virus that is inside you. It will eat you down before you know it. But by the earlier time, our people understand the meaning of propaganda and the work and the fashion and the poison that he do to us. The earlier the better, because propaganda is the highest thing, and they are still using it on us now. They can even hear sometimes they say, DOS, the money, they are spending money that didn't. Our brothers in the forest, they will start having the problem. Our brothers in the forefront, they will start having the problem. And they enjoy. Even Mazi Chinedu is in his bed now, drinking tea, lying down with his wife. Why you in the forest when he's beating you? Just like as you said. And it's true. He poisons people, and that is the highest virus that each and everyone's heart, that destroy organization, that destroy a nation. So by the time we people realize, so in our dialect, let all the indigenous begin to interpret this in their local dialect, so that their people, it will get to their system and get to their score, and they understand what it really means by propaganda, because that is what is really happening now in our land. And in area of DOS declaring Ebubago, we don't want to see them in the Biafra land. That is the normal thing, because Ebubago has caused mayhem, and Ebubago is being hijacked by terrorist government, Nigerian government, by the soldiers, the terrorists in uniform, the soldiers in DSS, in the police uniform. They are all in Ebubago, and other infiltration, other higher machines, the foreigners, the tools that they hire from other neighboring country and the neighborhood to come and infiltrate our land, and they must go. So what DOS have done is a great thing. Let DOS continue. Let ESM be match to match. Let them take them on, so that we know after because Mazi said that this battle is going to be between us, Sabo. We have to cleanse our home. Going outside, I say it's no longer we Ghana from all one may see. So I get clean our house. We have to keep our house in order, so that other people now to do. Because you always say that today, that even when they impart diplomacy into you or law into you, you have to respect the law of the land, even for you to throw a pure water. There's a time, Mazi, I'm going to Akwa Ibom. I am from Abia State, and I dwell from the west, Abia. So I get to the road. No matter how local I am, but the little lighting from my family that I've gotten, and the little wisdom that God has given to me, I go to Akwa Ibom. I saw the massive work that the governor did then in that place and environment. I couldn't drink pure water that I have in my hand, the nylon pure water, even inside the bus or inside the truck where I am. I cannot throw it out of the window the way that they would do in the west or in the Lagos or in anywhere, but the way we do in the east or in somewhere else. I can't do it, Mazi. That is what they call when something is imparted to you. You get to you. You cannot misbehave. So So I can throw that water. I say, how can this environment, the gutter is so neat, the road is so neat, I didn't see pure water line, I didn't see dirty. How can I throw this in and I drink out now? Even bottled water, I cannot throw it out. I keep it inside the truck where I am. So we keep moving. And that is it. It has to be imparted to you, and it's here, like it's law. So when the law is working, the people will know about it. And you will not misrise, you will not be misbehaving, you will keep everything right. So Mazi Biko, that no time. So we have to do the thing with our hands. Mazi, I'm hanging it up here. Mazi, for other people to call and contribute. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Remain blessed. Caller on signal, welcome to the program. Can you hear me? Caller on signal, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
The whole world is hearing you. Please go on.
Jonathan, the whole world knows very well that there's no need of, if you listen to propaganda, you are a shared-minded human being. You are not a Biafra, and you are not an IPO. Don't allow anything I share, anything you see. Don't allow it to be. The Kanu said, instead Biafra will not be restored. Better it is no one. Instead, this Biafra, after all, Jonathan, one of your brokers who said it, that somebody from America told you that if you leave what you achieved in your life from abroad, no war, then no washing. I don't tell others who they can do whatever they like. Then the chicken doesn't miss out. And I will let that say, any case, any matter you brought to the people of the church, they tell you what will happen, and you refuse. That he will see you as we are not joking here. And then the Jonathan, he said, the leadership of IPO are pronouncing, we don't want people back in our land. They are killing us. Our leader brought ASN to secure our land and our life, and all these governors went and done that. Better Jonathan, tell me where you are. You must have the same heart with our leader. The heart of a life. Jonathan, just Jesus Christ. It's quite I want us to go that is why we are going to every human being on this side that tries to gather the presence. We break your down. Nonsense. Then Jonathan. Another chicken does him. Yeah, then Jonathan they food. In someone's government. Biafra to use second water list of Jerusalem under the influence of Syria. See, they don't have the kind of stay in that Asha. And he said our leader, unconditional remains. That's the job I'm doing. They are playing the due process. They know which United Nations gave to the whole world self-determination. When we are there, we must under more. But if the option of reference to the president and also fight the is violent, that is the kingdom of people. I don't know, shake it. I think governor, when they give them violence to bring our leader out. Because they are the one that is keeping us. Do you know Fulani? Let them be prove to Fulani that they are our leaders. In Biafra land, call yourself our leaders. Not prove it to us, not to China, and we are watching your people. Your people should take time. First chapter 1, the word given to Jesus has been given our leader. And our leader is our Jesus Christ. Any human being on this earth that tries to judge that our leader, the Messiah of this world, who said the whole then take the thing that's taking here. Now I signed down. You want to come and then with them after that. The whole world will close. I don't know why I went to what would they against someone? I got it. The woman needed to fish. I don't have it. Let's go to the I never flooded my life. I was flooded for us. I will have a hard of never
There were almost a Biafra. Thank you very much. I have a caller on WhatsApp who is going to be the last caller. Caller on WhatsApp, Mazi, can you hear me? Welcome to the program.
Yes, I can hear you, my brother Jonathan. Good evening.
There were.
Longest time.
Longest time, really.
Yeah, my brother, let me take this opportunity to thank our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and all the members of ESN, all the volunteers, all the members of Directorate of State, and everybody working assiduously for the restoration of Biafra in truth and in spirit. I just want to let our people know that anybody that is being controlled by a foreign government, any country, is in a bigger slavery than the slavery itself. Because you cannot have control over your life. Just like the zoo, Nigeria. All of a sudden, the so-called P2B run to London and we come back and change party. That means that is how they are going to control him. The unfortunate thing is that many zoological citizens and some foolish ones don't understand that Britain is in control of Nigeria, is in charge, is the one ruling. They are the one ruling, because if not them, why should anybody run to them at time? Why should them? So let me leave it there for them. Our people should wake up from slumber. We should not be under the subjugation of anybody. We are a freeborn, and we must remain like that and restore Biafra. People should jettison gossip. Gossip is not good. Stop listening to all those people who are not members of IPOB. They are not in any leadership, and you are listening to them falling apart because of somebody. Can you imagine somebody went and released a meeting we are holding in United Kingdom, general meeting, to the Ekperima in Finland, and he is using it to make program? What kind of people is that? And tomorrow they shout, "Oh, this we are with you, we are under you." Somebody came and leaked a meeting we are doing to him, and they start calling us criminals. It's unfortunate, but that experiment we will understand with time. Now, the Ebubago, I love what our leadership is doing. Ebubago must disappear. Ebubago must disappear by fire, by force. By fire, by force. We cannot be pretending we don't know what is going on. It is the Fulani and the Igbo politicians. They are the one killing our people. People will just sit down and be asking, Mazi, can you believe that I went to somewhere? Somebody said to me that he will not join IPOB until you know that the money that is being contributed, that is going to contribute, goes to Ekperima account. And I asked him, I said, what do you mean? He talk all kind of things. But I address him anyway. End of the day, he see the truth and wow. I say you have to come and join the struggle. Don't sit by the side and castigate. Don't sit by the side and castigate us for nothing. We are doing something by inside the family, and you are castigating IPOB. So after educating him, he agreed that Aba is a big town. So my brother Jonathan, I want to thank you, but I want to remind our people to know that if you are living in the United Kingdom, we are having on the 20th of August, bid is coming up at Goldsmith University in London. Make your way there and you see us and join, come and learn about your history. Learn about those who have helped us during the most difficult time. That's not then after that day, on the 27th, we are going to meet in Kens to evangelize to our people, those who still want to be evangelized to. We keep on evangelizing until those who will come in and those who will not come in, we stay outside. Then after that, on the 10th of September, there will be IPOB United Kingdom General Meeting. If you are IPOB member, make your way to Leicester that day. Book off from now and make sure you are there on that day. And after that, on the 16th of October, we will ride around with our leader in front of Liverpool Stadium because he's a Liverpool fan. So we want to let the world know, since the British government and their media are hiding what is going on, we have to take the fight to them. We have to expose them as much as we can. And we are going there that day. So if you know you love Nnamdi Kanu, you are on top of him, you are behind him, you are under him, make your way to Anfield Stadium, Liverpool, on that day, on the 16th of. My brother, almost Biafra, thank you for the work you are doing. Listening.
Oh, hey Biafra, thank you, Mazi. There we Mazi Wajago. This is where I'm going to switch off the phones, please. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, what we are engaging is a fight for survival. A fight for survival. A fight for survival entails everything. Our enemies are trying to undo us. They don't want us to survive. That is why they are unleashing different kinds of weaponry, including propaganda. That little call that you receive, you think it seems harmless. You know, that little call seems harmless. It seems to save you. Oh, you know, they are just eating IPOB's money. On you see it as a compliment. You know, we are concerned. You know, I'm in America, I'm in Germany. Ịmana ndị isi anyị erego anyị, ndị isi IPOB erego anyị ngwa. Ihe mere na eme ekpokọrọ m people, I guys need to take care of you people. They are not paying you, but we will be paying you. This is that little voice that knock you off course. Is that the most dangerous propaganda. You be at your guard. That is it. Any country, any nation that cares for only foreign influence, or it cares for foreigners or foreign interests as priority, I'm telling you, the people suffers. That is the worst thing that can happen to you or to us as a country, as a people. And that is what the worst thing that is happening to us. When our so-called leadership, political leadership or political elites, they don't care about what happens to us. They sacrifice our lives for the interest of foreigners. Do you see the reason why, the wisdom, the intelligence, the knowledge, the understanding of the people of Biafra, the people of Nigeria, the people of Biafra, 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 in Ahmad Bello's northernization agenda. They call it northernization, but it's the caliphate agenda. They call it northernization in order to carry along all others, including those that they are massacring. That is politics. Therefore, we must continue in what we are doing. As I used to say, we have no back to go to. Do not be deceived. We will never allow IPOB to see corruption. People are trying to, infiltrators are trying to steer IPOB restoration efforts into criminality, making gains, kidnappings, and making gains. Something our leader resisted right from the onset. We will never go back to our vomit. Therefore, any person that is saying that he is IPOB or his ESN, sending letter so that you bring a gum, otherwise they will burn your house. Know that those people, they are impostors. They are the people trying to smear the name of ESN to the mud, to destroy what we are doing. Because all these things, once they did anything, the Nigerian media, the caliphate, will blow it out of proportion and take all these things, take the photo. Look at the video that where somebody was being shot. They will carry this video and go and show it to the international community. People don't understand what all these things are, the impact, the negative impact it is having on IPOB. All these videos, you think it is you are sharing, thinking that it is freedom fighting. They are the caliphate. They have people organizing, picking all these videos. Do you know where they are heading to? American embassies. They are heading to the European parliaments, the countries that matter in this world, telling them, look. You know where they are heading to? American embassies. They are heading to the European parliaments, the countries that matter in this world, telling them, look. You know where they are heading to? American embassies. They are heading to the European parliaments, the countries that matter in this world, telling them, look. American embassies. They are heading to the European parliaments, the countries that matter in this world, telling them, look. It cannot survive. That is a reality. That prey is swallowing. It is painful to eat. You understand? It is not something that is so it is painful to the prey. Do you understand? So that is why if because what they did is also the cause of what we are suffering. So they are no more alive, they are gone. During that time, during their own time, they were looking only at their personal interest. Do you understand me? They were looking solely on their personal interest without minding any other person's interest. Today is backfiring on everybody, you and I today. That is why we want to restore Biafra by first of all restoring our way of reasoning, making us to think in another way around, to reason in another way around, reasoning like human beings. You understand? Therefore, what we are doing, history will bear us witness that we did the right thing. That is only my, my joy. That history will bear us witness that we did the right thing. Therefore, do not slumber. Biafra is our religion. Biafra is our identity. Do you know that before we had no ideology until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came into the scene? That is why now we have an ideology. Before we were running from pillar to post. But today we have an ideology, and that ideology is Biafra. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being in this hallowed platform. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, from here, it is simply good evening.